Something about this article made me crack up. It says Nigerian MP apologizes after viral taxi slapping video. So this man, he's an MP and he actually slapped a taxi driver over a snail. You know what snail looks like? So the taxi driver was supposed to deliver snail to this man right here, who lives in the capital of Nigeria, Abuja. So when the taxi driver got there and he realizes that the MP, which is like a political person in Nigeria, this guy right here, Mr. Alex, he realizes that Mr. Alex refused to pay him. So Mr. Taxi driver started recording the events happening, and all of a sudden the video went black. Then when we saw the video again, the taxi driver is chestless. Abi, how do we say that? Chestless. Doesn't have any shirt on. And he alleges that the MP has slapped him 3 times. And so now of course this man has come out, which is the MP, to apologize. But this is so common with Nigerians, right? I'll share with you a very crazy story. There was a lawyer I met years ago, and he was telling me a story about his experience in Nigeria. He said he was looking for a place to settle in Africa, and so Nigeria was one of the stops, right? So somebody came and got him from the airport, and if you're driving through Lagos, it's so busy. So anyhow, this driver got into a confrontation with another driver. So another driver, and there was a police officers there as well. So anyhow, this driver got out of his car and slapped the police officer. No, I'm not lying to you. He slapped the police officer. So now this American guy, experiencing all of this commotion happening, said to himself, no, I cannot be in a country that is as lawless as Nigeria. So he ended up not living in Nigeria and he moved out. And another thing I was going to share with you, now this is just slap, but I think that there are people who really cannot control their anger, and so they just take it out on anyone. And if you have a situation like Nigeria where there are no laws governing anybody, so anybody can get up in the morning and just tear slap on your face anyhow like that. But hear me out though, this one I saw with my korokoro eye. When I went to Nigeria, I was going to go get my hair done. When we got to the shop, the woman wasn't there yet. It was her girls that were there. So she finally came. They prayed, right? And all of a sudden, this woman called one of the girls. And the woman said I don't know what the argument was. And the girl was obviously very like scared, and she was like, her hands were to herself, and her heads were bowed. It's all these things of like being fearful. Man, when the madam raised her hand and tear slap on the girl's face, and me, I've lived in the US for 22 years. It's my first time going to Nigeria in 22 years. Everything to me feels as though I'm relearning the things that I thought I knew. That there's some things that were shocking to me, and that moment was indeed shocking to me. But I packed my bags and I left the store. I refused to braid my hair because I just saw an assault and I can't sit there anymore. And weakness, I don't know what else is going to go down in that store. And I don't want to be a part of that. So it is a thing where, yes, Nigerians are very aggressive, particularly Lagos, I should say. People can slap people anyhow, and this is a situation where I really do hope that something serious happens to this guy. I don't think anything is going to happen to this MP, but I really do hope that they can use this as a way to really teach people a lesson. You just don't slap anyone. A boat driver came and gave you your items, right? But what you can do is you pay the boat driver. Last, as they say, you pay the guy and send him on his way. But he actually got mad at this man and called the person that sold the snail to him and said, this taxi driver has a terrible behavior. Does he know who I am? Does he know who I am? How dare he disrespect me? It sounds like a Nollywood movie. But long story short, the thing has been resolved, and it's quite a crazy story, and I hope that Nigerians are learning that you can't just lay your hand on any person, because nowadays they can viral you anyhow. The way they viral this guy, they can have a title on an article on BBC that says Nigeria MP apologizes after viral taxi slapping. Taxi slapping. Something about the video is making me laugh. It might be the slapping part of it. But anyhow, I just wanted to share with you. Yes, we are an aggressive nation, and I hope that we start to understand that not every place is, and not every person, you shouldn't be putting your hands on anyone. It's just so not appropriate. But anyhow, share with me your thoughts on this one. It's a long one, but hey. Ah, Niger.